Hey, this is Steve Craw. I'm at the IHSBCA Hall of Fame Red Carpet Show. This is my first year on the show. Jeff Luzatter, Sweet Lou, is my number two, I guess, here. We're with Steve Strayer. And Steve Strayer is going into the Hall of Fame as the 203rd inductee. He's the head coach at Crown Point High School. He's got 642, 236 record. He's a Prairie Heights graduate. He's a longtime math teacher. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
What does winning 600 games mean to you? That was a couple of years ago.
It means I'm very old.
Very old.
Yeah. It means I've been blessed with a lot of talented players, and I've been also blessed with some support coaches that really know the game. So there's so many coaches that I'm going to mention tonight in tonight's speech that went on to be head coaches, or they could have went on to be head coaches if they chose to, and that was a great support that I had over the years.
Without giving away all your secrets in your speech, but what things do you hold important as a coach?
Well, things have changed over the year. I mean, I was very energetic. I was pretty, I would say, a little bit cocky when I was younger coaching, and I have really toned it down a little bit, and much appreciative of everything that's going on. In my speech tonight, I'm been very, very humbled in the last 5 or 6 years. I've had a stroke. I've had both my parents just recently passed, dealt with cancer, and I've been stripped down, and so I am very humble now, and I try to instill that in our players, and try to appreciate life as well as playing the game of baseball.
You don't want to get too trite about it, but coaches talk about adversity, and they're talking about we're down, by 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 outs. That's what they're talking about, adversity. You're talking about life there.
Right, exactly. And there's a lot of adversity that goes on in life. And I think a lot of people understand that. And, we're trying to teach that. And some of our kids, the last 3 years, we've had a player that lost a parent. And so it's been a rough stretch for us at Crown Point, and it's tough for those kids. They don't have a parent at an early age. So there's adversity in life sometimes when they are very young.
What was it like growing up in LaGrange County, Indiana?
I think a blessing. I grew up on a farm. My dad worked the heck out of me, and we had to bale hay and do chores and drive the tractor around and do all those things, and it was I think a blessing in disguise. It wasn't always pleasant, but I think the hard work paid off in my work ethic.
I'm sure you were into sports then, but did you ever see yourself being a coach and a teacher?
Yeah,
that was a plan.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Why is it math? I know you're a math teacher. Why?
Because I'm good at it.
That was a natural talent from the young age?
Yeah, I was always good at math. I wasn't so hot at English and some of the other subjects, but I was always really good at math. Yeah.
You were at Boone Grove for quite a while. You've been at Crown Point longer than that.
Yeah.
But what is it about Boone Grove, and is there anything that relates to Crown Point? I know you're both in the region.
Yeah, we're right next to each other. We share the
Boone Grove's closer to Valparaiso, so you're right close to them.
Yeah, we share a borderline. So Boone Grove and Crown Point, they border each other. Boone Grove was it was a small school, and until recently, when I never realized how much talent we had. I mean, I just assumed that they would always like that, but we had some talent at Boone Grove, and it was a very small school, and it was we were pretty loaded, and especially in that year when we beat Kent Schreiber in LaPorte when we were single class. We were pretty good that year.
Well, the first time I saw you coach and met you, it was at Moat Stadium in Lafayette, Indiana, and that's a good segue to let Jeff ask you some questions.
Yeah, just looking at your personal achievements, Steve, 15 conference titles, 14 sectional championship, 9 regional crowns. So you've been a past president of the association here, and then two other highlights, the 2005 and 2021 North All-Star coach. You got anything that stands out with that, any of that experience that?
I think the very first championship teams that I had stick out. For instance, the year that we won the sectional when I was at Boone Grove was in '96, I believe. We won our first ever sectional baseball title at Boone Grove, and went on to beat LaPorte for the regional championship. That was the year they had Chris Buchek on the mound, and we suspected that he was going to save him for the championship game. They had 2 really good pitchers, but Buchek was a step above the other guy, and so we threw our number 2, which was taking a chance, and we won. We beat Chesterton earlier in the day, and then we ended up we pulled it out. It was a great game. We pulled it out at the very end, and we beat LaPorte. And that was probably my highlight of my career. We went on to win, I think, 5 more sectionals and 3 more regionals following that before I went to Crown Point.
Yeah, see here, you've been district coach of the year, 96, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2007, and 2019. That's quite an accomplishment for having your peers kind of recognize you.
Yeah, and like I said, I was very blessed. You know, we've had talent, and we've always had a pretty good crop of kids up there, and a great coaching staff. So.
All-star coach. That experience.
That was a pretty good experience. I mean, just seeing the velocity from each pitcher that came out there with great stuff. It was very impressive. Especially the 2005 when we had I think Tommy Hunter and Lance Lynn and Josh Lindblom. I mean, oh my gosh, there was so much talent there, and it was an eye opener. So yeah, and then we saw a guy last year who was topping out about 94 and had really good stuff. And it's actually kind of fun. I don't have to face those pitchers, so.
Also, you've been a IHSBCA president. Pretty happy with that experience.
Yeah, it was. It was really. It enabled me to get out and to meet a lot of other coaches. So it was a very good experience, and just pick their brains and how they not only just coaching, but how they handle things and the behind the scenes. And yeah, it's a great experience.
And last question, again, phone rings, you got the call, you're going to be a Hall of Famer. What was that like?
I was very blessed. I was very excited, and I was very blessed to be able to be chosen for that. I've had support from my family. I've had even my parent. The one regret I have is my parents will not be here tonight and to see it, and they just recently passed away. I wish they could have been here tonight, but yeah, it was. It made me feel good when I heard that.
Well, congratulations. We look forward to your speech. Thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate you being here. Steve Strader, head coach at Crown Point, the 203rd Hall of Fame inductee.